So what does a South Dakota Burlington Northern modeler want with a Conrail engine anyway? I'll answer that question in 5 points here on this episode of Black Hills and Eastern Railroad. Stick with us. Reason number one. Through social media, I've been feeling a growing sense of kinship and familiarity with Conrail people in the former Conrail service area and outside of it. And I'll name a few people specifically. The first one that comes to mind is Jazz Life One. He's a YouTuber who's shown some enthusiasm, or great enthusiasm actually, for Conrail as I've walked through this project on this visitor from the east, the 6497. Bill Heath, who does amazing work on scenery and good work on Conrail equipment and stuff on his layout. He's another YouTuber that you should check out. And then the greatest Penn Central fan ever, Rodney Kontorski, on the BNSF Watcher channel on YouTube. And then there's a couple of guys that I follow that aren't necessarily rail guys, but are in Pennsylvania. And they've kind of gotten me acquainted to the area and shown me the beauty of that state, actually. The first one would be the Mr. Regular on regular cars, and then Mike Morgan on the Outdoors with the Morgans channel, who's done a lot of firewood processing and got me interested in his channel, and since done a lot of other things, woodworking and outdoor civil engineering and that type of thing. Reason number two, the parallels between Conrail and Burlington Northern. Besides the overlapping times of existence from the mid-70s all the way through all of the 80s and then the first half of the 90s, Conrail and Burlington Northern have a few similarities that one could compare. And besides overlapping times of existence, they also emerged from and ended their time as profitable railroad organizations. I've always kind of thought of Conrail as the big blue Burlington Northern of the East, and I guess in a sense it was, but it arose from vastly different circumstances than did Burlington Northern. The Burlington Northern was born out of a more or less happy union between corporate partners, the Hill Lines, into one seamless railroad in 1970. However, Conrail was born out of the 8-year dumpster fire that was Penn Central. Reason number three, my brother-in-law grew up in Delaware where he remembers Conrail operating in his childhood. Reason number four, foaming. And I'd like to point out that if you're ever trackside, you like to see interesting stuff and different stuff, and I'd like you to imagine for a moment that you're invited to an operating session here and you don't know quite what you're going to get before you step into the layout, and you're assigned a train, and much to your delight you see power other than solid green. There's not that there's anything wrong with solid green. In fact, I bleed green sometimes, but something that to break up the monotony might be nice. Reason number five. Actually, it's rule number one. It's my railroad, and I've been dreaming of doing this project for quite a while, and it's mostly done now, and I'm glad to have this engine on my layout. I plan to keep it in my roster for many years to come, and run it at various operating sessions coming up. Thank you for taking your time to watch this episode. We hope you like the content here. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.